Pant down. Episode 18. We cuddled. I was trying so hard to control myself, but I lost it. We kept looking at ourselves and our heads started getting closer for a kiss. Just when I was about to kiss her, my phone rang. I took it out quickly to pick the call. I thought it was Catherine because the number calling was never stored on my phone. But she was not the one. Hello. This is Michael. Who am I speaking with? I asked. Hello. This is Bruce, boss. Bruce. Madam Vera's guard, boss, he replied. Oh, Bruce. What's the problem? Why are you panting so loud? I asked. Boss. Madam. I mean, my madam. She wanted to commit suicide. I saw her trying to hang herself. I had to rescue her, but she has locked herself inside now and I don't know what she would do next, he said. What? Suicide. For what? See, please keep an eye on her, I will be right there soon, I said. Eunice was a bit confused when I said suicide. Eunice, I have to go, please. My boss is trying to kill herself. I have to be there before she tries something silly, I said to Eunice. From her eyes, she wasn't happy, but I told her we can do that some other time and left to Vera's house. I didn't waste time downstairs. I went straight to her room upstairs. Fortunately, her door was never locked. I entered. She was sitting on the floor with a bottle of Black Label, a pack of cigarettes and a white substance was around her nostril, which I believe was cocaine. She was so intoxicated that she didn't realize when I entered. I went to hold her. Hey, look at me. Do you want to kill yourself for real? I asked. Oh, Michael, leave me alone. I want to die and leave this unfair world full of bad people. I can't live knowing so well I have disappointed my late dad, she said with tears. Goodness. Disappointed you, late dad? Anyway, we shall talk about that later, but then you need some cold bath. Come here. Get up, I said and lifted her to the washroom. I took off her clothes and gave her a warm bath. She was so weak to even stand on her feet. I cleaned her body and brought her back to her room. I went downstairs and her maid had prepared variety of foods she's yet to eat. I asked if there is some soup. She said yes, there is. I took some soup upstairs and forced Vera to drink it. I made a sugar-concentrated water for her to drink. She vomited for some time in the washroom. When she was calm, I wiped her body and brought her back to her bed. She slept and I couldn't leave, so I spent the night in her room. She woke up the next morning better than before. She was so embarrassed knowing so well what she did the previous day. I am sorry, Mike, she said. How many times will you say sorry? You drink alcohol, you smoke cigarette and sniff cocaine too. I asked furiously. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry. You can judge me if you want to, but I am sorry. I was just sad and disappointed in myself, she said. It's okay. Now tell me what the problem was or is. I asked. Never mind. It's okay, she replied. I do. In fact, I mind. You either tell me what the problem was that made you to attempt suicide and got so intoxicated, or I walk out and you won't see me again, I threatened. Okay, fine. She responded. Yeah, I'm all ears, tell me what I need to know. Yesterday was exactly a year ago I lost my dad so painfully. He was killed by this current government, she said. What? Killed by the government? How do you mean? You mean National Freedom Party killed your dad? I asked. Yeah. My dad was a known member and financier of the outgone government, Liberation Movement Party. He was a diamond miner at Acacia. In fact, his company is the biggest local diamond mining company. When this government took over, because he supported the previous government, they targeted his business, wealth and life, she said with tears. And then what happened? How did he get killed then? I curiously asked. They shot him. Yeah. They shot him dead. The whole issue was that the government accused him to be an illegal miner while he was having all documents from authorized bodies to mine at his site from the previous government. On a fateful Friday morning, soldiers and police invaded his site. An operation masterminded by leaders of this government. He was with his diamonds by then. He was going to travel to Dubai to trade the diamonds. They shot him and took away the diamond, which worth $560 million, she said. What? 560 what? How and to where? I asked furiously in a shocked voice. Yeah. $560 million. He was taken to the hospital and he told me all this. I swore with an oracle to get back the diamond and sell it for charity. I swore that if after a year and a half I don't get the diamond, I should die. Michael, 1 year is gone and I don't know how I can get that. I don't want to die too. She said with tears. Calm down. We could get a lawyer or something to pursue this case. I think we can win, I suggested. Not with this government. I tried that, but the case was thrown out on the note that it lacks merit. They accused my father to be a criminal, drug dealer and one without documents to mine. But I know where the diamonds are kept. The government is planning to share it among top officials and sell some to fund their campaign in the next elections, she said. You seriously know where it is? I asked. Yes, I do. The diamonds are kept in the safe of Bank of Ghana National Headquarters, she said. That's a no-go area, you know, I said. Yes. You are right. But you are my only hope, Michael, unless you want me to die. If I don't get it, I will kill myself. I'm just a failure who couldn't fulfill the promise I made to my dad, she said with tears. No, you won't die. To every problem there is a solution, I said. She went for her laptop and switched it on. She showed me a picture of a lady who I suspect to be in her early 40s. Who is she? I asked. The governor of Bank of Ghana, she replied. I see. How does she come in here? I asked. The safe the diamonds are kept in is encrypted with her fingerprints. If we can get her fingerprints, we can get back that fortune. $560 million is not a small money, she said. How can we do that? This is a lady who will have security all the time, I said. Trap her, Michael. Trap her with your good looks. She is not married, and because of her wealth, men are afraid to approach her. She divorced 5 years ago and she has a daughter who is in the United States, she said. Woo. So how do you know all this? I asked. I find out because I was a step closer to getting back those diamonds, she replied. So how do we get in touch with the said lady? I asked. She has a favorite pub. She hangs out with her colleagues and some known politicians every weekend. It is an expensive place and you can't go in without invitation, but getting in is not a problem. I can work that out and you will do the rest. Lure her and let's get her fingerprints and we shall be smiling in money, she said. Vera, this is an extremely dangerous mission you want us to embark on. Give me a day or two and let me think about it, I replied. Watch out for the next episode.